And I'm just so thankful and blessed to have a mom like her. Everything was beautiful. Kimmy and Maurice both looked really, really good. So, you know, they had everybody in white. Everybody got along fine, praise the Lord.
So how are things with you?
I mean, it's so-so. I think that being at Kimmy and Maurice's wedding just really made me reflect on my marriage. And Martell and I, we had a very interesting conversation, to say the least. What I need from you is knowing that this is not gonna happen again.
It was a friendship.
A friendship with added in.
Okay, yeah.
How long was it?
A year.
So you're still lying.
No, I'm...
See, we can't move
Okay,
forward.
we talked for 2 years.
It's not getting better.
Oh my goodness. Can we talk about the absolutely mind-blowing drama that's been unfolding between Melody and Martell Holt? I mean, we've all been glued to our screens watching their relationship crumble. From those jaw-dropping public breakups to all that sizzling social media shade. We thought we knew everything there was to know about this messy situation, but hold on to your seats because Melody's mom, Vanessa Rogers, has just stepped into the spotlight, and what she's revealing is absolutely earth-shattering. Let me tell you, Martell has been working overtime trying to control this narrative, but Vanessa, she is not having any of it. She's coming in hot, making it crystal clear that what we've seen is just the tip of the iceberg. And if what she's saying turns out to be true, which honestly I'm inclined to believe, then Martell can kiss his precious redemption arc goodbye before it even gets off the ground. The tea is scalding hot, and I cannot wait to spill every single drop about what Vanessa revealed and how it completely turns everything we thought we knew upside down. Let's dive into this piping hot mess.
I love family. I love being in their lives every single day, even in Melody's life every single day. And during this whole process of healing, I'm working on being her best friend again.
For the longest time, Martell Holt has been carefully crafting this picture-perfect image of himself as this devoted daddy and oh-so-successful businessman. Whether he's in front of reality TV cameras or posting those carefully curated social media updates, he's been selling us this story of being this misunderstood family man who just made some mistakes, but is supposedly trying his hardest to move forward. He's constantly going on about co-parenting with Melody, running his supposedly thriving businesses, and being this super involved dad to his kids. I mean, if you only saw what he wants you to see on social media, you might actually fall for this reformed bad boy act he's putting on. But honey, let me tell you what's been happening behind those closed doors. It's a whole different story. His infidelity, that's not even a secret anymore. The whole world watched as his long-term affair with Arian Curry exploded into the spotlight, completely destroying his marriage. But even after all that drama, can you believe this man? He's still out here trying to downplay everything, acting like his cheating was just some tiny little mistake instead of this massive, calculated betrayal that absolutely devastated his family. And let's be real, this wasn't just about the affair. People have been calling him out for years about being this master manipulator, especially when it comes to Melody. From sticking his nose in her business deals to trying to dictate how she lives her life after their divorce, everything he does completely contradicts this saint-like image he's trying to sell us. But hold on to your wigs, because the affair, that wasn't even his biggest secret. This whole thing has always been about control. Now, Melody's mother, Vanessa Rogers, she's been watching all this drama from the sidelines. She's always been there for her daughter, but she chose to stay in the background, letting Melody handle things her way. Sure, she'd pop up now and then on Love and Marriage Huntsville, but she never really got involved in all the back and forth drama between Melody and Martell. But something major must have happened because after years of biting her tongue, Vanessa has finally had enough. She is speaking her truth, and what she's revealing is making everyone's jaws hit the floor. It's completely changing everything we thought we knew about Martell. The big question on everyone's mind is, why now? What finally pushed her to break her silence after all this time? Did she just reach her breaking point watching her daughter being mistreated? Or did she uncover something so shocking that she couldn't keep quiet anymore? Whatever it was, let me tell you, the tea she's spilling is leaving even Martell's biggest defenders absolutely speechless.
You know, if I'm gonna do it, I wanna do it. You know,
I'm ready.
Right. And then, you know, the good thing about it is I was thinking with you guys having 7 days on and 7 days off, the 7 days that you have them, I can make sure I'm here in Huntsville in case you need me. And the 7 days off, I can do whatever I want to do, you know.
Go where you want to go, yeah.
And who knows, maybe him and I would get to a place where if he needs me to keep the kids, I would be willing to do that for him.
That's what used to happen in the past.
Yeah.
Sometimes he would call you and ask you about watching them, whether that was because we were going to go out of town or, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah.
So hopefully, you know, we'll get to that place where You know, he could call me and I could say, oh yeah, I'll keep him this week for you, or a couple of days if you gotta go out of town and do something.
Now, everyone thought they had Martell Holt figured out when his affair with Arian Curry came to light. But honey, what most people didn't realize was that this wasn't just some simple affair. This man was literally living a whole separate life. Can you believe the audacity? He wasn't just having some casual fling, he was building an entire relationship on the side while playing happy families with Melody in public. And if you think this was just about physical attraction or him not being able to resist temptation, think again. The deception ran so much deeper than that. This man was out here trying to juggle two completely different lives, making promises left and right, and trying to keep both women under his thumb. The lengths he went to keep this whole thing under wraps? Absolutely staggering. Sources say he was going to extreme measures, controlling every bit of communication, spinning these elaborate false narratives, and gaslighting everyone around him. Even after everything came crashing down and the truth came out, this man had the nerve to act like it wasn't that serious. But according to Melody's mother, what Martell did to keep Melody quiet, that's the real scandal right there. She's saying he didn't just betray his wife, he actively manipulated her into keeping silent for as long as possible. Why? Because he knew the full truth would completely destroy this perfect image he'd spent years building. And for a while, his plan actually worked. He managed to position himself as this misunderstood husband who just made some mistakes, rather than someone who deliberately deceived and manipulated everyone around him. In public, he was playing all these different roles: the misunderstood husband, the father fighting for his kids, the businessman trying to move forward. But behind the scenes, he was allegedly pulling every string he could to keep control of the situation. One of the biggest bombshells is that he supposedly pressured Melody into handling everything privately instead of exposing what was really going on. And when she finally found the strength to walk away and tell her truth, he allegedly tried to flip the whole script, painting her as this difficult, bitter woman who just couldn't let go. But now that Melody's mother is speaking up, those manipulation tactics aren't working anymore. She's exposing details that put everything Martell's done in a completely different light, making it crystal clear that this wasn't just about a marriage falling apart, it was about silencing the truth.
I know you should be shaking your dang on head at yourself.
I ain't did.
You always doing. You was doing 3 days ago in Houston. What is you blowing up and saying all these inaccuracies for to these people? You always doing that. You always doing. No, it ain't accurate. No, it's not actually accurate. You said to me that when we were married, I was going to hotels cheating on you. That's a goddamn lie.
I didn't say you wanted this.
Yes, you did.
I didn't say that you was.
Yes, you did.
There's
and
a
you've said
possibility.
it multiple times.
There's a possibility, because like me.
Well, we know you were
It's
cheating.
okay. Okay. I'm sorry for that.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Not
If I
sorry
knew
for
they were
cheating.
going to destroy
You're not
what
sorry.
we had, all this, it wouldn't have been like it is.
Can we talk about how Melody's mother kept quiet all these years, watching this whole messy situation unfold in the public eye? But something clearly pushed her over the edge. Maybe it was watching Martell continue to twist the narrative, constantly trying to paint himself as the victim. Or perhaps she finally realized that staying silent wasn't protecting Melody. It was just giving Martell more power to control the story. Whatever it was, she reached her absolute breaking point. After standing back and letting Melody handle things her way for so long, something must have happened that made her say enough is enough. The question that's driving everyone crazy is, what finally pushed her to this point? One theory floating around is that she couldn't stomach the huge disconnect between Martell's public performance and what was really going on behind closed doors. While he's out here trying to convince everyone he's this amazing father working on his redemption story, behind the scenes, he was allegedly still pulling all these manipulation strings to keep control. And let's be honest, we've all noticed how whenever public opinion starts turning against him, he somehow finds a way to shift all the blame back onto Melody. Maybe Melody's mother watched this pattern play out one too many times and just couldn't take it anymore. Or could it be that she discovered something new, something so serious that keeping quiet wasn't an option anymore? Whether it was some shocking new revelation or just years and years of built-up frustration finally boiling over, one thing is absolutely clear. Her decision to speak up has completely changed the game. And now that the truth is finally coming to light, the internet is absolutely losing it.
You were asked if you were in a relationship with Sheree and you said it was a business arrangement. That's in the paperwork too, verbatim.
You such a liar.
No, I'm not.
You're such a
The moment Melody's mother broke her silence, social media absolutely exploded. Everyone started taking sides faster than you can say drama. You've got one group who's been saying all along that something wasn't quite right with Martell's perfect image. They've been pointing out all these little inconsistencies in his stories, how he always manages to dodge responsibility, and this annoying habit he has of making himself look like the victim in every single situation. Someone in the comments hit the nail right on the head saying, "We knew Martell was shady. The way he constantly gaslighted Melody on the show was such a massive red flag." Another person chimed in with, "It's absolutely wild how he always played the victim card." For these folks, everything Vanessa's saying is just confirming what they suspected all along. But then you've got the other group who are completely shook by these revelations. These were the people who actually bought into Martell's whole "I'm just a man who made mistakes" routine. Now that Melody's mother is spilling all this tea, they're having to completely reevaluate everything they thought they knew about him. And you know how the internet is, they're going full detective mode. People are digging through everything. Old interviews, ancient social media posts, every single clip from Love and Marriage Huntsville. They're analyzing every word Martell has ever said, trying to figure out just how much of it was actually true. But here's the million-dollar question: what happens next for Martell? His reputation is hanging by a thread in a way we've never seen before. Sure, he's managed to talk his way out of scandals in the past with some clever damage control and PR moves, but this time feels different. Can he possibly spin his way out of this one, or is the damage already done? And let's not forget about Melody. What's her next move going to be? Up until now, she's handled most of this mess with incredible grace, letting her actions speak louder than words and focusing on building her own empire instead of getting caught up in all the drama. But now that her mother has put everything out there, will she finally decide it's time to tell even more of her side of the story? The most nerve-wracking question of all is, if this is just the beginning of what Melody's mother knows, what other bombs is she getting ready to drop? This revelation has completely transformed the conversation around Martell and Melody's messy history. For years, we've only had pieces of the puzzle, but now that Melody's mother has stepped in, the full picture is finally starting to come together. With social media playing detective and fans demanding answers left and right, one thing's for sure, this drama is far from over. So what do you all think about these shocking revelations? Has Martell really been pulling the strings behind the scenes this whole time, or is there even more to this story that we haven't heard yet? Let's hash it out in the comments.